if you've accepted that where you are is where you're going to be, you've already lost.
But something else burned inside me. Something burned inside me. I wanted to be different. I was determined to be unique. I was driven to think big and to dream big.
The time for just wishing is past. Time for doing, that's the time right now. Time for acting on your dream. It's time for you to look within yourself and decide that I'm in charge of my destiny. I'm in charge here.
But do you ever hear people say they are eager to live a better life? If they really desired change, they wouldn't spend their evenings just watching TV and wishing they were doing something more.
Because you have to judge a tree by the fruit it bears, not the fruit that it talks about.
Welcome to the movement. My name is Abe Hussein. I'm the founder of Uber Strike Movement Association, as well as the admin to the Uber Freedom page. We're going to take this brief time to explain to you what this movement's all about and what we're doing here. Up until now, Uber drivers have had no voice. There is no labor protections protecting Uber drivers as there are as regular other employees, because Uber labels their drivers as independent contractors, even though they treat them clearly as employees. There is no type of major unity amongst drivers that they can use to stand up to Uber as one voice and demand change. Uber clearly has no absolute regard of how their policies impact their drivers, as evidence shows as they continue to lower their rates lower and lower. Just last week, a few weeks ago I believe it was, they lowered their rates in certain cities to 75 cents per mile. I mean, that is absurd. To give you a clear understanding, back in 1980, taxi drivers were charging 90 cents a mile. Here we go, fast forward 35 years later, Uber is charging less than that without not counting, don't even count all the inflation and all the other major expenses that come with, time and stuff. So there's a reason why taxis charge the reason they do, because they come at the price that it calculates that drivers can make a decent living wage off of. But Uber thinks that what they're going to do is paint these fairy tales stories in new drivers' minds that they're going to make all this money. Their ads say they're going to make, $20, $25 an hour, and all these fairy tale fluff stuff that drivers believe, and that's what they're banking on, is these ignorance of drivers not knowing the reality of driving. And that's what we're here to do, is to stand up for Uber drivers and demand better treatment and demand fair treatment from Uber. Like I said, Uber drivers now, they have no voice. There's no protection. There's nothing stopping Uber from continuing to change their policies that treat the drivers even worse and worse. They're raising their safe ride fee, which is giving Uber a raise, but yet they're lowering their rates, which is giving drivers, taking more money out of drivers' pockets. So it's clear they just don't care. They don't care. Their email responses that they send to drivers are like monkey responses. It's clear they haven't even read their email. So just enough is enough, and that's why we're here. This is Movement Association, is to tell Uber that drivers have had enough, and we're no longer going to stand by and just let them do whatever they want. There needs to come a time with this whole ride-sharing economy. It's changing a lot of things, changing a lot of, a lot of people don't know what to do with the, labor laws. Uber is only a 5-year-old company. It's pretty new, so a lot of cities and, city officials, they're not, they don't know what to do yet. And the way Uber's heading is they're completely disregard for labor laws, and they've been getting away with it so far. But enough is enough. And that's why Uber Strike Movement Association is here, to stand up for drivers and demand better treatment. We will do whatever we have to do to get fair treatment for drivers. Right now, a lot of drivers are making less than minimum wage once you calculate the expenses and long-term costs it costs to drive your vehicle. On average, it costs 58 cents a mile to operate your vehicle. If you calculate the average Uber is 90 cents to $1 a mile, to take out that 58 cents and then take out their 20 to 30% that they keep increasing, that their percentage they take from drivers keeps going up and up actually. Pretty soon it's going to be 40, 50%, who knows, nothing's stopping them. And then you calculate all the expenses and their safe ride fee, you're left with pennies per profit per mile. I mean, that's absurd. That's why we're here to demand better treatment. What our plan of action is fairly simple. We're going to continue to hold nationwide and possibly globally, because I've been in contact with other countries, from drivers from other countries that are wanting to be a part of this movement for better change and for better treatment. So we're going to continue to hold mass strikes and protests and help raise awareness to the masses. A lot of people in the public eye, they think that driving for Uber is all these fairy tales. You know, they believe that Uber is like this great company and they're just creating all these jobs and they're making everybody happy and it's all sunshine and rainbows. They don't know the facts. They don't know the reality behind this and behind driving for Uber. That's why we're here, to raise awareness, to let people know what it's really like to drive for Uber. And it's not all sunshine and rainbows, okay? The concept of Uber is great. That's why drivers pick it to, you know, supplement their income, to make their own schedule, so to speak. Even that, though, is a fairy tale, because Uber is starting to dictate more and more what drivers drive and when they drive and how they drive. That's a whole nother ball game, whole nother story. But the basic is the public needs to be aware of what Uber is doing to their drivers, and that's why we're here to do. And we're going to continue to hold strikes, continue to hold protests, just like we did in October a few months ago. There's the biggest nationwide Uber driver strike in Uber history, and we was all over nationwide media, and we got plenty of awareness. And we're going to continue to do this and continue to grow and grow and grow, bigger and bigger, stronger and stronger. And so Uber has no choice but to listen to their drivers and to start negotiating and getting better treatment for drivers. Our demands, our basic demands, are very simple. Just put a tip option on the app. There's no reason Uber cannot put a tip option on the app. You tip your limo driver, you tip your taxi driver, your bartender, your server. Why don't you tip your Uber driver? Now, we're asking them to increase the rates on average by 60% across the board. This may sound like a lot, but it's not, because once you calculate if you look at the average cost, about 90 cents to $1 a mile, when the average taxi is about $2.10, $2.15 a mile, if they increase their rates by 60%, it's still only going to be $1.60 a mile on average. It's going to be way cheaper than taxis. I truly believe, from my experience talking to Uber drivers and riders, that they will still prefer to take Uber over any other form of transportation, even if Uber increases their prices, because the convenience and then the drivers are a lot friendlier usually. And so also we're asking to raise the minimum fare and the cancellation fee from $5 to $7. And that's a whole other story right there, because Uber is now taking away the cancellation fee from a lot of cities. And that's just absurd. You know, they just keep doing these things that just screw their drivers. And so we need to fight and stand up and say, Uber, no more. You cannot just continue to just roll over everybody and think you can get away with this. That's not going to happen anymore. And we are here to light a fire under Uber's ass and tell them that their drivers have had enough, and we are going to stand up and unite as one. The membership benefits you will get as a member is you're going to be able to network with other members, which are like-minded people just like you that want to fight for better treatment for drivers, and you get to build relationships that who knows where this can lead to. You can build to, you never know, once you're networking with like-minded people that are powerful in their beliefs, you don't know what the relationships can turn into. You know, you never can, business, personal, you know, it's going to be, the possibilities are endless. You also get access to the website. The website is the key to organizing and staying in constant communication with the protest and strike campaign movements. It is just like Facebook. You join, you get your profile, you'll be able to create groups, your own group, you'll be able to create secret groups, you'll be able to send messages, private messages, you'll be able to, there's public forums, private forums. You can do a lot of things to the site. It's going to make organizing the campaign on the city level very, very easy. To become a member of USMA is $10 a month. The reason why it's $10 a month is because it costs money to raise awareness to the masses and to make these big moves, okay? Our goal here is to raise awareness above and beyond. That's why it costs money, though, because you need to market these things, and marketing is not free, okay? That's why the promotional video for our next strike that's also promoted on its website is being seen by hundreds of thousands of people. It's because of the payments that I'm paying to promote that video. And in order for this movement to continue to grow stronger and bigger, we need to continue to raise, we need to finance this thing and to raise revenue. That's the only way it's going to be successful. So your $10 a month is going for better treatment for all Uber drivers. And you really have nothing to lose here, okay? I'm asking people to give the association 6 months to a year's time frame, okay? That's $10 a month, spread out between 12 months, a little over $100 at the year's time frame. That's penny. That's nothing, okay? You have nothing to lose, but you have everything to gain. Just imagine if this movement is successful and we get better treatment for drivers across the board. Imagine how it used to be for Drive for Uber. Rates were, well above $2 and drivers were making a really good living, okay? Imagine how we can go back to those times where drivers are making good money, everybody's happy, and just a win-win for everybody here, okay? Including the riders, because we're not asking them to increase the rates by a lot of amounts. We're just just increase a little bit. We'll go all the long way with drivers, okay? So just imagine what this will do if we are successful in our movements and our fight here. This is we are witnessing history here. I truly believe this movement is going to change the whole industry as a whole, okay? This can start with Uber and spread to the whole ride-sharing industry as a whole, and who knows where that can go, our plan is to hold quarterly meetings that members of USMA can go to network with other members and to build long-lasting relationships, build a bond, and just have a great time overall, and just spend time networking and just having fun with other members. This movement is we're at the beginning of the beginning here. I truly believe we're going to just continue to grow, and it's just going to get better and better and better. And we're going to look back and say, wow, remember when the first strike took place, and look where we are now. I truly believe we are witnessing history, and this is the exciting times to be in the ride-sharing industry. So, like I said, give it about a year's time frame. These things are going to happen overnight. It's going to take multiple protests, multiple strikes. It's going to have to continue to raise awareness. And when I say raise awareness, I'm not talking like, just raise awareness to a few hundred people, even 1,000 people. I'm talking millions of people, okay? The masses of the whole country, okay? The nationwide media, the whole global, okay? Eventually the whole globe. This is where this is going here. Not just some small potatoes here, okay? This is the real deal movement that is fighting and that will do whatever it takes to get better treatment for Uber drivers. And that's why we need to stand as united as one team, one voice, and tell Uber we're not going to take it anymore, and we are going to demand and get better treatment for Uber drivers, okay? So I'm asking for everybody to stand united as one, okay? Join USMA and just give us 6 months to a year's time frame and fight with us, participate in the strikes, go to your local city protest, and join the movement, help spread the word, help spread this movement, and we can create real change, I promise you. Look what we did in October. Look what we did. We had no movement. We had no association. It was just a Facebook page, Facebook event. It was very unorganized, but look where it got, okay? Just imagine if we get organized and stay in communication and take this serious. We can take this to the next level, guys. And we can change history. And we look back on this day and say, I remember when I joined USMA, and now look where we're at right now. I'm telling you guys, we are witnessing history for sure. Okay, that's all I have to say right now. Basically, I don't want to keep this video too long. I'm going to be in the forums with you, talking communication. I will be on the site as much as possible. There's also opportunities for you to become a city leader. There's a section you see on the homepage called City Leaders. That's going to be filled in as we build leaders in the association, and as people step up to lead their cities and protest and be the point of contact. We're going to put their name there, put their profile, and what city they're from, and that's going to be the point of contact that drivers can, go to help organize and protest together and stay united. This thing is headed towards, like I said, the sky's the limit, and I'm so excited about this movement. This is going to be crazy, guys. I'm telling you. All right, I'm going to see you on the page. I'll be on the site. My name is Abe Stain, obviously on the page. I look forward to meeting you at the next strike, protest, or event. And I'll see you on the page for sure. All right, take care. Uber strike.